Penia woda kopegano edi atudwa wose ahyenkafo a sabre wonko kwapaye ese fango bo akosoro dudu nti wo ba beti atua no wonka wakoma ntu won ye frisa anya hwe kura no enkopem se afi we nkwa wie ya na kakra nso ne ko fango bo no ne bo no ebeba fom wei ene nsam afoforo bi ena no pe ye de bro se adom enhyira asempa no sia kasebo ya filling stations omemu ene amahodo so edo so pa wanyina to be epete sanso so ena social media so Facebook, YouTube, TikTok ena Facebook ehonyina so kase no ehwiegu ewo honom na emu aseda chenchenche ne yamfama Tampico anom ne de anopai baabi a wupia ko bia ya pa bi sho bagim enkwada ne ko school pa bi efase sho bagim Tampico eya anom ne a wo meyaye wo hankasa nkasa nti enye de aye togu baabi a ma acheni bia wonom ahode ne bia mpemfiri mu no Tampico de ede akono enti anopai moma yento ese Ghanafo na afeng yemfa adwuma no nkonkan dependable heba homfo enso de adom malaki oba adom natural tonic adom natural man capsules ene ne mixture ene lady care capsules ene ne mixture na wohwe samalaria bia etete wanopei edi wani no ya no anom adom malaki o afa wie ne se opese osiesie moja no ma moja timidi afrisa ne ya adom natural tonic nie afa be ma wabo da bridge opese ogira ne naso me ma no ma opiafo no wonso de ne adom natural tonic woba wonso fa bi siesie ho sabe ya akosue mu obetimi ache na afa Brayemu ya obianso ebeye free uso eno eye lady care capsules and the messa eco bank sa no payment kan cho sabra wo musika kwabia no wo mabie wo mapono ato ho ene se wo pesika de beye adwuma pesika ba bia wo do sika be kwa akoto a eco bank ho ena wo sika da ho wo ntententem entifa ko wonum afa wo pabo senso a sisi ana wo mo ama obi girl ye ne kasa ye fan wo a anope se wo de gu wo kai mu a engine ho beye den ba bia wo pese wo to kwa akobia wo be kwa akodura sumdwem boni bia ensi efrisem goal fango enegu ka no mu ya sonso so ye mu odu enti egu ka no mu a ka no etumi enante kwa chichichichi enwume kwa kese ada roman ena anopai ye de anopai kase ebre wo midin ede atwea botantim nana ekria echampo masafo adu afei abusua ye munra ensem no Ghana and South Africa eye ebibiman kabum ebibiman ekuo mienu aya man mienu pa won ho edin sabre wode atodwa aya wo chese coronavirus ya afei yetu na se no wakofa ne nua no de naba yetu wo ma ne wakokra foforo no ye de wo maba no ehu hia papa pa se wo man no frase anasa bibrem frase no man kasa timi ye wo munuro ya ye betumi ede age akrankwan ewo ebibiman mu ensem wanyina betodwa ewo bra South Africa mampani yewura Cyril Ramaphosa wo ba na mo eba omaimu na woni nana danko akufo ado Ghana mampanim ebesi nkonwa edwendwere kwan obefa so a wo betumi esansa adwene ama bibrem so anka ye ne yetumi ye covid vaccine ni bie na yetumi de egina so age ye ma wosim woda bia nko ebibrem so de yabosuo no eye sonko na aye yanom soso omaimu so abosuo no eye sonko enti seyenya yankasa tena sese bibiman ene edwendwere sensa adwene pe kwan ye befa so a yene ankase betumi aye duro ne bia enka beboa yen pam emu ena mampani nana danko akufo ado ene ne nua Cyril Ramaphosa ede atodwa wo chese wode to eyem WTO anim ss be yanko wontumi mpesika botire bi ma bibiman se be ya yen ankase betumi agina so de yen hwehwemu a yede be ye nuru.
Business community and your ability to sustain your businesses through these very trying and difficult times. A critical condition for the recovery of our economies is clearly the successful rollout of COVID-19 vaccines and the continued adherence to the measures and protocols that all countries have put in place to keep our people safe, our livelihoods intact, and our economies functioning. While more than 220 vaccine doses have been administered on our continent, only 6.7% of Africa's population is fully vaccinated. This is simply not acceptable, and it is also not enough if we are to revive and rebuild our economies that have been made fragile by COVID-19. Equitable access to vaccines is clearly the best way to mitigate economic, social and health consequences of this pandemic.
South Africa mampeni Yera Cyril Ramaphosa wano sabre ni kurom no duru ho no mu a COVID fufuro ya wayi ne tin Omicron wo di wo mani se prefa na eno no de to Ghana mampeni enim sabeya won kan ho na wo nyina mo sabeya nka abima betumi aye wo mu nuru na owie ye na Ghana mampeni na nadan kwakufo ado de bia pi so se adwen na wo de aba no adwen papa na mom de akoba ne se esese abibrem amahodo no nyina no enko mu nyina timi beka ho sabeya sa na monto na wo tuo no ebetumi awie mu die firi se dati bia no etimi ko wie mu die se de wo mo hwehwe no a ehon faso de no abibia nyina susu ebenya bi
in both your country and mine as well as the larger continent of Africa. Key of course amongst them is the fight you have been leading for our own domestic production of vaccines and the call you have made for some emergency treatment of the TRIPS agreement as far as intellectual property rights to manufacturing is concerned for. It's one that we have our strong support. We ourselves have made a decision that we cannot in the next round, and we're told that we have entered the era of pandemics. In the next round of the pandemics, that we're going to be dependent again on people who hoard vaccines when the world needs them, and that we are determined this time round to develop our own capacity to. We have agreed to set up a national vaccine institute, which is going to lead the process in Ghana, and to that extent, we are in full support of the position you have taken, and we are hoping that in fact we can work together in these areas for the future. There are just two
Mampeni na nadu den kwa kufuado ena wote se wakasa edefa COVID vaccine ya amami enu pese otu anamom dia bibremu aman no kan sebe yo mbetumi enya wo mode no na eye omampeni Cyril Ramaphosa ne aprobo anasa ne nsrahwe oba Ghana no enkomachechwe bebre ena koso ewo ne Ghana mampeni na nadu den kwa kufuado ntem ebi nsusu efa edwadie ho na empanimfo amienu nyina ba abeji atum se sa wo ba sadie edwadie koso ewo bibima ya hodo no entemu a enkoyie krakrakrakrakra se kase yemumu enkonta wa mu nchemu mu no sade adwade ekoso no ejina mu nchemu edunsia na no ena mampani se wei yentumi mfa empie bibiman emane ntumpo da biara da eyeda na bibiman sade yendodo setie na koba ne kwan efa so edi yentemu adwade a babia ejina no enye kra wode atodwa wo chese wensi sa ebibiman kabom ko edwadie atena yeye a wo magina so kurade abie no esese wotumi bua pia sabeya enhyehyɛ no betumi akɔnanim yie wɔsese nka bibiman timi edididi ye ho dwa de wewo no wayi to de wensusu ne no wayi agi a enkanya ade ye sika sem betimi atete apansam sɛ enti mampani na nadan kwa kufu ado sem si ye betena wo pa sɛ bibremu aman ya yake ho bomu ekowase wom eyu wom ene ho nkro ne banyina na sese edwadie mu yemu ye ho nkonta yetimi edwadie mu nsam no egira ho mu nchemu dunsia de wo se edafom se etim enti ebiman sorry
16% of Africa's combined GDP derives from intra-African trade. 72% of Europe's combined GDP derives from intra-European trade. These two statistics tell us everything about the relative economic development of Africa and of Europe. So the need for us to focus on what we can do to up dramatically intra-African trade is laid bare by these statistics. Truly, we want to generate prosperity on our continent. The success of the AFCFTA is absolutely critical to our capacity to do that. And as God would have it, at this
Mampeni na nado danko akufuado ena wote se wakasa no yebo ransom foforo mu a Ghana bai anamusini ya wo no way eban mu Obapa Jennifer Latte e de ato Ghana de hia wonom tititi no way ene empo amahodo so anim se won koso se beye a wobetumi enye sika na wode biebie anwuma e wo Ghana wose akwantu a wom nyina tuo na bia bepe no way abrochime mama bi so akopie abrochime amahodo so no se wonya sika ne se wode tena ho na woba obra nyina wo ho no mu a ene wo man Ghana so e ka akiri eno nti eho behia ese bra wotu kwan no wo mahodo so eye adwuma no wobema wo man Ghana eho asem awo makoma so ene wo madwirimu enti sika bia wo benya no mamaden fa bi emrafie sabe obetimi de bie ababe bie nwuma ama nchirima nsoso a wagya wo mo e wo kire ha sei no wo mo enya bia ye osese koba ne sade a ene ne mfa ho ne ba bia wote na nye nyina ne akabo mu na ye hwese Ghana betum pon no wo se mampani na danko akufuado Ghana ha ne yeti wo de ne nyina tututu ye manframa pa bi e bofa ye ho ya se okita sika na de be hye dwumem e wo Ghana enya de usika na be ye oka ama waboka hunu da enti Ghana fo ya wo mo e no way no one person camera no one family be enuma what in some way nyina to dwa wabra what is National Union of Ghanaians ya wonom e wo no abrochimemu no na wo pasa ekuo no ntoma emu eno one ye centro ne aye abedego kwose asante asiedu atwetwe nkomo.
This is the time I was seeing nyina ye boa ne ye the investors ekofie because say we who say Ghana is the beacon, as they say, of Africa. Investors will be any trade Ghana. So we will have to sing our own song to the investor. Or being told as Ghanaians, we owe it to ourselves and to our country. Say your best selling your chrono ama potential investors. This is an opportunity for me to make a clarion call to all Ghanaians and say that Ghana comes first. Let's sell our country to all potential investors out there. The embassy is willing, able, and ready to work with you, to collaborate with you as Ghanaians, to get investors back home. We're looking at Ghana beyond aid. We want to deal with people or investors as partners. We don't want to stretch our hands out anymore to ask for aid.
Yama me Mrs. Jennifer Latte wono ne Ghana by name senior wo no way abrochimemu wone yenua abednego ene twetwe nkomo ne no achi no wose embassy wo no way ne de wawiata so ese wo behwe ne wobo Ghana this year wono mo no way abrochimemu nyina ho ban na mmom ne wo sene ne se ekwaakwa wodo ye wono me Ghana fo a wo matete te de be yo ma de behwe masetene mu mpuntuo no wo ye Ghana ni ne se wo no way abrochimemu ne se wo mfa ho kodom ekuo bia bomade fa honkodom sebe ya dachi bi se bibini a empanimfo betimi etumirika bekomwa
obi ehu obi ate ehia so obi ade no rabeka associations, and to say the various associations in the various cities are still functioning. Inti ehia se krobia wo so city bia wo so eye Bergen eye Oslo join them baby I will be a phone share association because a banisa or welfare sim here be about winning baby I will beko. A here say one to na se banisa we hear more na fe winning se me bush be waha into me use this opportunity I catch a Ghana phone na say I enjoy the association no obi anso be register with the embassy say ye be kwan se obi a oba your website oba be true wudin ni baby awo na sebe adwuma bi proaba na yesi ahwehwe professionals be in a certain field that ye call your database ne pani akoyi ne afro yes o my fro sebe yes adwuma afi asem bi kura to wa na onim se wo fie wa ha obi bisa wa so embassy wa ha ene o frɛ ya yesi ampa ne din wa ha oye de hye enti stress Ghana for we should stop sitting on the fence no bia we should all put our hands on board and help na Ghana enye yie ma yina.
Mrs. Jennifer Latte wono ne siga na bayanem ewo Norway abrochimemu wone yenua abednego enkomo twetwe no na president ya woda National Ghanaian Union no ano ewo Norway abrochimemu Lawrence Nimwan so de bi epe so no che se ekoye omati amanyosem bi anim obi anu a wode to Norway memo e de amanyosem omo yi edie ntia ene nkabom ntia ne se wobenya bibi e de abrabusua no obi ode bi so abebo Ghana ho bai enti wuni bia wo bia wo no way abrochimem no bomodin fa ho bedom sebe ya bibini a wo munkoyi wakwa.
Ghana for first we'll have to think about Norway. Networking, I mean, say minim ubiso or from so and trying for example. Not Ghana ni biso to from so and other places don't hear more. I mean, omo ringi me na kaso contact is any way. When you can bet me a kind of an advice and a more. I think this is a very good thing. We're starting gradually. If you here, then we're able to get together. Need to make us okay. See, I fancy a hospital be agogo and a hospital be a cropon. We are able to come together and then send whatever we are able to send. I mean, I know my Ghana Association somewhat from them. They were able to do something like this, and this is something what we've been always looking forward to say. You bet me. I get together, and when we are together, we have a stronger voice. Well, if you need to Ghana, need to me a Ghana.
Lawrence Newman wano any president at the National Union of Ghanaians wonum ewo Norway abrochimem and out say wakasa no yenko yenima na nano na wochi etwa mu no na che say asenkafo nkabom kwa hodo a wonum ewo maimu no bebre na frase ebosugyetre bokoko eyi kojan kire esan hwe ye ena no pai wo mo de wo mkas nyina besisi wo mo nya dwuma efese sade fa ngobo ehura kosoro no wo kwadwuma no a na wode bia ma wo mka wo nanom na fredi aka wode atofa no so mo de nsapan ena ekofi akokire abusuafo na wo sesa adwuma no obi ntumi nya sa adwuma no ene na mo sente ene wo be opesa ne obesore kra na ontu ka na ne abusuafo hunu se wankwadwuma kra asemi na nam so sa bre pani a woda kopek ano dankana mo a ede to asenkafo na nim se wonko makoma nto wo moyem efrise ye kasai empani gunhyehyɛ so a ebie na no peye no fa ngo ne bo no kra eso bete efrise woni otonto fa ngo no ene woni a wokra ba de nyina no wo mo ehye nhyehyɛ atetetete so enti asenkafo a wo mo kɔ kwa paye eso wo mo de wo mo ka se besi so no mo fa kontufo emo mo nkɔ wo mnuma so no wonko makoma nto mo yem efise ba bia ye dron de eduru akiri pa ese fa ngo bo no ebeba fom
a company which is Ghana Oil at the petrol so 14 petrol. First window December mono Osha World Market Movement nanke betimi akofom be 3% 3 to 5%. It didn't mean in a year, but out of Enra no na Osha Oil Marketing Companies na honke kana na chese and swono started a year juma. Meji this driver for no a case with the taxes I know a different conversation because as for the taxes there a year finance ministry kind budget na ye cry any day working formulas be anka ye proposal no enka ye be ye adwuma enso so ye ni
Yeru Dankanamu a ono ene executive secretary ya woda Kopek ekono ano ne bo se ya wode ma senkafo na enso so me ne o kasai ano pay senkafo ne bia frase kra ne strike no wo ma started da Woma started the dentist ebia semi na amantamu senso so womo ekokobo no mu no se ache ebia entumi mamu enti anopai dwaso nsemu no yebekọ apro na ba bia senkafo no womo afri strike na se no yede ho nsem nyina braw nana kwasi adwenkyere ha Elizabeth Colors adwenkyere ewa ha sei maame jesu ade ewa ha sei enna Alexander Prince ezia ekofia so maame nkan kakra woje awuja kedelali wonso wode ewa ha sei aha ena ebre ema kwan ma yede kase no nyina si ena no pay Kofiasan enemy producer Emmanuela ena de ba Facebook YouTube TikTok ena fe Twitter ema kase no ye pai no nyina mu ema wo wonso a woje ebre ne adraje hwe yen e wo social media handles no nyina so no yede wase ene wo bremu ni ho a yenso ye ni ho yeso de na no pay dwaso nsem ena CJ ene asempa ede bre wo midin ede atwe botentim nana akua echampoma safodu makrawo
Nese, eka ketike